Hello everyone! This is Goddess Demoness and Synera with our last video as the SWTOR Angels. It is finally happening, and although we will no longer be exclusive content creators for Star Wars: The Old Republic, this is not the end for us. We have already planned everything we'll do, and the Old Republic will be a part of it in the future. But that is for another video. Today, we thought to demonstrate that we are able to have an impact on the community, as an incredible amount of people showed up for this monumental event. Last year, we never thought it was possible for us to have such an impact among the player base. We put a lot of time and effort after our apocalypse back in 2022, which was supposed to be our last SWTOR video before deciding to give it another chance. And now, we are among the most well-known content creators for this game. We realized, however, that there is little reason to dedicate this much to a game that, in the last few years, has not been in a very good state. And although this is often swept under the rug, the truth is that things are not okay. How is SWTOR in 2023? Is it alive or dead? To us, it looks like it's in between, trudging along barely as its content stagnates. We've always been honest in our videos, and no matter how harsh the situation was, we acknowledge every positive development, big or small. But we realize that the current team's only interest is to create a dystopia where your opinion only matters as long as you kiss their ass. They try to look caring and considerate, but in actuality, that's true only to a point. No, it wasn't just a visual bug on the launcher, and many others had this issue, which was never properly acknowledged. But hopefully you fixed it for the next patch, so I don't have to delete other stuff in order to install your update. Many people are adamant that the upcoming 64-bit update is going to miraculously set the game on the right path, having been fed the lie that somehow this is the answer to the game's problems. We believe that you have more than 2 brain cells, because after this video we don't, to know that this will only help the current player base. This is no marketing strategy that will attract anyone who wasn't interested in the game before. Would you suddenly jump into another game if this was the only update announced? Yes, it will help with performance, but where is the content to showcase this performance? We already have a video about the inflation SWTOR is currently struggling with. The changes they made after all this time seem absurd to us. Is an increased quick travel cost going to do anything but punish new players at the moment? Like with any other problem in the game, the solution is a formality. We always propose creating new items incredibly desirable and expensive to acquire, perhaps purchasable, with a different currency so that interest in credits is diminished. Speaking of desirable items, what is going on with your creativity when it comes to mounts and armor sets? You've seen after so many years what your players love wearing. Does anybody wear the boxes and cans that you keep putting out? They are only wasted work time. People want to feel special, riding interesting mounts like the command thrones you used to put out years ago. We want to see armor sets that aren't cheap copies from the movies or TV shows, and that don't look like trash cans. Unique outfits like Valen's initial robes, with a pre-made hair under the hood, something people have been asking for ages. You were able to create a helmet with Twi'lek cattails, so why not this? Make prettier armor sets. No one is asking for something vulgar, but everyone agrees with us that the game needs something sexier or simply bolder. There is a difference between bold and vulgar. Look and listen to other female content creators, those that don't lick your boots, and you will find people who agree with us. For the last time, look at what people are f***ing wearing. We've seen the new rewards for Galactic Season 4, and it looks like you listened to some of the feedback, but it's not extraordinary. We like that you took a step away from the underworld theme with the upcoming Passage of Peace concept. Not only are the weapons no longer cheap Kinder Surprise egg toys, but we especially appreciate creating them in our own theme, black and pink, even if their design is trash. As far as Synera is concerned, make as much pink as possible. How about a pink and pink dye? She would love that. A lot of people would love more single-colored dyes. What you did right was the Reputation armor set from 7.2, keeping it themed around the Mandalorians from that patch. But only that is not enough. You need to put a lot more effort into your cosmetic items. Nothing is happening in this game. This event that we organize is among the biggest things that SWTOR has seen this year so far. You are killing your own game by releasing the ugliest shit between the tiny amount of content updates in a year. In art, you need to express an emotion and have an impact on people. In this case, in a unique visual way. You cannot express any emotion by being a bootlicker and the yes person the way you like your content creators to be. And then you are surprised that there's a lack of interest in the game. People want to play SWTOR, but there is nothing going on that is keeping them here. We're not crazy, well maybe just a bit in every single video, but we're not being overdramatic. When we organized this event, the players were so excited that finally something is going on. We've seen our friends and our Discord community. People lose interest day by day. Even your content creators are barely inspired to make content, doing it more as an obligation. In less than a year, we became relevant in this community, and yet you rejected us because we didn't praise the game instead of being critical of it as it was needed. We had the ambition to create videos that go beyond gameplay, but the only people you accept in your content creator program are those willing to be your undying ass-kissers and then do what? Repeat the same old story quests putting on a smile because they know you are watching. Is this what being a content creator should be about? Shame on you, Bioware. Look at World of Warcraft, for example. There may not be an official program and there are problems over there as well, but they don't ask their content creators to act as PR. Look at who Blizzard endorses. They don't have to speak like their audience are children. Look at how much they hated on WoW over the years. Still the most popular MMORPG, while you, with a few thousand active players, are pushing back against any negativity. Synera has long wanted us to move on from the game, but I kept pushing for us to keep going a little longer, because SWTOR is my favorite game, but sadly any hope I had left for it died. I never played like other people. I never did story quests, because I don't care about them. Synera played them, which is why I threw her in the Sarlacc pit. But what I appreciate is how your character appears in cutscenes, the creative outfits you can make, because what I enjoy is the ability to make content in this game. So basically, I want this game to thrive. I want it to bring enough content so that millions of players would be interested in it, thus making SWTOR relevant again. So that I may completely ignore the in-game content to create my own content, using the game's popularity to boost our channel's relevancy on YouTube. Don't worry guys, I'm fine. I don't need to be locked up in an asylum. I just need to conquer this game and for every single player to kneel before me. Moving on, Synera literally only comes online in SWTOR when we have to film. While I do try to log in more often, but sadly, there's hardly anything to do for more than 30 minutes, and the new outfits don't interest me as much, or at all, as what you used to make in the past. We no longer want to be associated exclusively with SWTOR, which is why we shall burn our wings, and future content will no longer come out under the SWTOR Angels name. But don't worry, our future content will still include SWTOR from time to time, but we just want to detach ourselves from this graveyard. Don't mistake those who make slightly more views because they themselves are popular for the fact that the game is doing well on YouTube. No, these YouTubers would make views no matter what they create because they grew in relevancy by making videos for many other games. We are grateful we had the chance to talk to big content creators, and even for them, making SWTOR content was a burnout experience. For us it was useful because we developed our editing and content making skills, but at the same time, because of our lengthy editing process, we can't upload daily. Our content isn't fast food. We don't put it out to merely grind views and subscribers. We put a lot of time, effort, and care into creating a story for our videos, filming every scene, adding special effects, and choosing the perfect music and sound effects. So much so that we have little time to relax. We stayed up many consecutive nights to finish some of our videos, but it is no longer worth it for this game alone. While some other content creators have entire teams, me and Synera only have each other. When she's burnt out and tired, I encourage her to keep going, and when I'm worn out and fatigued, she's happy to finally be done for the night. and we can go to sleep. We are also thankful to everyone who supported us on Patreon. I used to record from an iPad, but because of you, starting from now, we have a proper microphone and hopefully we'll have even better equipment in the future. If you want to support our future projects, please consider checking out our Patreon because it's necessary. Your effort to support us will never be forgotten, but we also want to say that simply subscribing to our YouTube channel is incredibly helpful as well, and so we thank you everyone for that. If you want to be a SWTOR content creator, don't be afraid to be experimental, and if you want to grow your channel, don't limit yourself to this game. But please, whatever you do, do not lower yourself to licking boots and asses like that well-known dictatorista. We can't even call these people content creators anymore. They are simply PR agents for Bioware. Do we have a problem with that? Of course not. We support it as long as it's strictly for personal growth and you don't mind other content creators. Our problem is only when you try to stop us back at the beginning. The content creators barely have time for anything else, so we don't understand how you are able to moderate the SWTOR subreddit, reading every comment, and also have a huge influence over the official or unofficial SWTOR Discord server, from which Synera was banned without ever talking. But we realized that isn't to save the game, but because of your growing thirst for power. I guess we have at least that in common. Some time ago we proposed some changes in order to make a better environment for all content creators there, something every YouTuber and streamer that we talked to agreed was needed. You, however, replied in the most rude manner possible, then threatened us that we would be punished if we came with other suggestions like this again. Well, sadly for you, we didn't remain at that early stage as content creators, so look at you, Womble, and look at us now, taking over SWTOR. And now, after my brain is completely fried from this video, we want to remind you guys that this wasn't a goodbye from SWTOR type of video. It's a warning for SWTOR.